America in mourning.
Our nation must condemn racism, bigotry, and white supremacy.
New calls for action in the wake of those two mass shootings this weekend in Texas and Ohio.
We have asked the FBI to identify all further resources they need to investigate and disrupt hate crimes and domestic terrorism.
Tonight,
two amazing humans were stripped from us, and their babies are left now parentless.
What we're learning about the victims, the gunmen, and what's being done to keep you safe in the wake of these horrific tragedies.
those mass shootings tonight have our nation reeling and searching for answers.
As the calls for solutions intensify, there are several new developments in the wake of the two tragedies. We've just learned Vice President Mike Pence is postponing his visit to Detroit because of the mass shootings. Pence was supposed to speak at the Detroit Economic Club on Wednesday.
The death toll in both tragedies now stands at 31. Hospital officials in El Paso reporting 2 more people have died from wounds they sustained in that attack, bringing the total number of those killed to 22.
In Dayton, Ohio, where 9 people died, chilling new information emerging about the gunman and why he was able to buy a military-style weapon.
And the search for answers continues all the way to our nation's capital, where the president condemned white supremacy and blamed mental illness, the media, and even Democrats for the attack, and announced a plan to deal with mass shootings. We have Team 7 coverage starting with 7 Action News reporter Jen Shans in the Satellite Center. She's got some new information emerging today. Jen, what do you know?
Well, we now know that the shooter in Dayton, 24-year-old Connor Betts, had a suspected rape list and hit list while in high school. All of these new details coming out as people fear that the death toll in those shootings will continue to rise. People in Dayton are demanding action from lawmakers as they grieve for the 9 slaughtered and more than 30 hurt early Sunday morning by 24-year-old Connor Betts. Police say Betts opened fire in downtown Dayton. His sister is one of his victims. Police shot Betts dead shortly after he started firing.
We have a lot of evidence still to go through.
Betts' motive is not clear, but former classmates reported he was suspected of having a hit list and a rape list in high school. Investigators who searched Betts' family home in a Dayton suburb found writings that expressed interest in killing people, according to police sources. But the writings didn't point to a racial or a political motive. In El Paso, investigators say the suspected shooter, who could face the death penalty, posted a racist manifesto online expressing hatred toward immigrants. 6 other shooting victims remain at Del Sol Medical Center in El Paso. 5 are stable, 1 is critical. President Trump addressed the nation following the 2 weekend massacres.
Our nation must condemn racism, bigotry, and white supremacy.
Now, both the president and the FBI have expressed concern that social media could encourage copycats about this extremism. They're encouraging everyone to speak up if they see or hear anything online that sparks a red flag. Jen Shantz, 7 Action News.
Thank you, Jen.
And our Team 7 coverage continues tonight with 7 Action News reporter Brian Abel. And Brian, local law enforcement is being put on high alert in the wake of these mass shootings.
Yes, Alan, we are learning that the FBI has reached out to local police departments, including Detroit police. Now, it's well documented that Chief Craig is a supporter of the Second Amendment, but he says something needs to change to address this, what he calls a national crisis, and it starts with our country coming together.
And the only way we're going to combat this evil, we have to do it as one nation.
Detroit Police Chief James Craig leaving little off the table when it comes to potential solutions to prevent the tragedies like the mass shootings in El Paso and Dayton.
Is it more thorough background checks, red flags, those who are suffering from mental illness?
The chief revealing a conference call today with the FBI regarding the attacks, the Bureau offering full support if it were to happen here.
And when you talk about domestic terrorism, is what we're looking at today, certainly the FBI is going to be a lead agency. But the FBI also knows that the first responders are the local municipalities.
Detroit police better prepared now. Officers issued patrol rifles, and soft targets like churches have been advised. All the while, Chief Craig acknowledging a dangerous return of white supremacy.
And white nationalism has been around since I've been in the business. It seemed to go dormant, but not inactive. I think the activity is a little more brazen now.
Now, I talked with area lawmakers about any potential gun reform legislation in the state. That story coming up tonight at 6. For now, reporting live, Brian Abel, 7 Action News.
Brian, thank you.